Hello, this is Chas with Heirloom Leaves and Seeds, and today I have this Christmas cactus, and we don't know the age for sure, but this was my husband's grandmother and grandfather's Christmas cactus, and he remembers seeing it as long as he can remember. So we know it's probably around 50 years old, and it's having a little bit of an issue. Every year, right before fall gets here, I like to sit the Christmas cactus out in our sunroom because the cooler nighttime temperatures usually will trigger it a little bit to start setting buds. But we have had a lot of really hot temperatures, and it's been up and down, and I think it's thrown it off. So if some of these sections fall off, don't be alarmed. It's been doing it all week. But I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to repot this. I think ideally you would do it in the spring, but I think that it needs just a little extra special care right now. So I'm going to go ahead and get some fresh potting soil. I haven't done it since I've had it, which, gosh, that's probably been about 10 years. So let's get started. And the first thing I'm going to do, because I think it has always been in this pot, so I'm going to take a butter knife and I'm just going to go around the edges and try to loosen it up a little bit. That way it comes away from the pot fairly easy and with minimal breakage, and so it just comes out pretty easily. Looks a little bit sad right now. If anybody has had this happen to you, it's scary when they just start dropping. It can be too hot, too cold, too much water, not enough water. It can be several reasons why they will start to drop segments of their leaves. And I see some new growth here, so hopefully that time period is over because it was really getting to me just going in the sunroom and just seeing large sections falling off. So hopefully it's almost done with this, and I may sacrifice blooms this year and just get it back to some consistent temperatures and try to water it more consistently as well, because I know there's a couple times I went in there and I'm like, oh, it was really dry just because it was so hot in the sunroom. I might have put it out there a little too soon, but last year I almost forgot to do it, and then it suffered again, you know, because it didn't get those cooler temps. It didn't seem to want to set any buds. It did some, but just not very many. This is the part that I'm really worried about, and that is because it may have been in this pot for 50 years. So this has given me a little bit of anxiety because it's in a fragile state as it is, and I don't want to break off any sections, but you know, it's a little rough getting these guys out. Might try to lift a little bit out. Oh, there it went. Okay, I'm going to stop right here and I'm going to head to the shop and we will get ready to pot this up in its new pot. Okay, so we're inside and I am a little shocked at the root system on here. It's actually quite a bit smaller than what I thought it would be. Let me lift it up here. It's actually really small. And I bought this pot for it because I thought, you know, you typically go up a size. So I thought this would be a good transition. I'm not so sure. I thought this was interesting. Okay, this is like a 50-year-old pot, potentially. I mean, who knows? But look at the drainage system on this. It's actually pretty neat. It has this little lip so the water can go down in here. And so a plant is not sitting in water if you were to overwater and it needed to drain. So I thought that was pretty neat. I don't know. Let's just see what it would look like in this. Don't know if I should transition it to the terracotta. I don't know. This one feels a little small. Better go with this one. Now this is a cactus soil, and let's see what it says on here. It says it's a microbial active living soil for desert plants and terrariums with biochar and pumice. Just going to spread that down in there. Okay, let's try this again. Now I'm just going to take handfuls of soil and just fill in around the outsides. I was always so afraid to just do this that I put it off and put it off and put it off. I was worried about the pot size, soil to use. I was afraid of breaking it when I got it out of the pot, but it actually came out pretty easily. So I have a scoop now, and I got a little extra soil because that bag is not going to be enough. So I raised it up just a tad, and now we're just going to fill in. Which is a little bit hard because it grows so close and making a huge mess. But I knew this was going to be messy for sure. Hopefully this new soil will be just what it needs, and I can see some new growth, so hopefully it is done dropping its little sections of leaves. I'm sure they have another name besides leaves, but I'm not 100% sure what that's called. Okay. Oh. It's just so big. I need like a funnel, but then I couldn't get the big, the soil in there because it's a little chunky. Has some chunky pieces in there. Don't mind my voice right now. Ragweed is high and a few other things, like I think the pollen chart said like very high right now. And ragweed is one of those things that definitely gets to me. I have seasonal allergies and dust allergies. And I don't know what it is right now. I know they said ragweed for certain, and something that begins with a C. It reminds me of cephalopods, but that's not what it is. I don't know. But I don't handle those well. Oh, I can't get in there. Let's see. There. Okay. Well, I think that is it. I'm glad to have this done because this has been stressing me out because, you know, his grandparents have kept this alive for so long and they passed away about 10 years ago. It's been a while. And I think the family thought I had the greenest thumb of everybody, so I was left in charge of this beautiful Christmas cactus. And I just don't want anything to go wrong with taking care of it. A couple years ago, I haven't checked in with the family members lately, but I gave them all little starts of it, so hopefully somebody still has some starts that are doing good. Well, that went a lot better than expected. I was thinking so many of these were gonna fall off, and they didn't. And I'm really glad that they didn't because, like I said, it's been in a very fragile state lately. And I wish I would have showed you guys it in its prime because, like I said, it looks just a little sad, but hopefully we'll get that fixed. No more temperature swings, and now it's got some fresh soil with some good ingredients. So hopefully that will give it just a little something extra that was missing. And I will get you guys an update in maybe a month or two, and hopefully it will be doing so much better. Ideally, you would pot them up to the next size in the spring. So fall, not really the ideal time, but I just felt like it needed it right now. Well, I hope you guys have a good weekend, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.